Hey guys, this is Locke. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the broken frontline gray-haired maiden, how to defeat this boss. So I'm actually going to be talking about the mid-risk area. I feel like the low-risk area is actually easy enough for most people to do. I'm not able to get full points. I'm only able to get 600 of 720,000. But I'm going to give you some ideas on how to tackle this boss. So the first thing that I found out with this boss is that the mobs that this boss spawns actually does a ton of damage. So the bond, they'll be coming from both of these sides, and the boss actually has a skill that increases their damage. It's called Voice of Corruption. Basically, enhances all allied units on the field for 15 seconds, and that's what causes these mobs to do a lot of damage. So one thing you can do is actually just try to keep all your units in this area, and don't let the don't let the monsters that are on both sides attack. Just ignore them. Let them go and get the boss. Let them go and get your chief. Because your chief has 999 health, so the chief will not die from taking damage from those guys. You can just ignore them, but I feel like your score will probably be a bit low if you do that. So to increase your score, I think the best thing to do is actually to take advantage of Nox. If you're able to keep Nox's active, like basically the ultimate up all the time, you're able to do a lot of AoE damage. So if you can keep him here, you're attacking the boss with the AoE, but you're also covering, the squares in front of you as well. So you're attacking the enemies that are spawning, and you're also attacking the boss. So you can switch Nox between here and here, and keep wiping out the enemies. So that's something you can do. So what I do, I have a tank on the other side, so I can use, for example, Demolia. So I'll take this guy out. I'll put Demolia here. So I can actually use a formation like this. Something like this. And I would have Demolia is going to be able to tank and also heal herself. If she needs help, I will use this skill Empower to give her more energy to be able to heal herself and make sure that her health is kept off. I'm putting my Hamel here and my Nox over here so that Nox's health is also replenished by Hamel. So that I'm not taking too much damage. If Hamel wasn't there, if I didn't have any healing, Nox will die. I can't survive this. If you have aerial, you can also set up a similar thing here as well. If I think one of the biggest things here is to have some kind of self-sustaining tank on the other side that is able to keep healing yourself. Otherwise, you kind of get into a bit of trouble. And you also have to make sure that you have enough core breakers on the team to break the boss's cores. So the boss will spawn with 5 cores, but sometimes you have a thing here where you can do -3 cores, so you only need 2 core breakers, something that breaks cores twice instead of 5 times. I have something that's for five core breakers, so I can, I don't need to take this. I can take one of the other ones, and I feel like these two is the best because I want Nox to often be able to use what's it called, the ultimate. I want Nox's ultimate to be up as often as possible because Nox is my AoE clearing unit. So I'm going to do a brief run and kind of show you how it works. I hope I don't die too fast, Oh, and something else I should mention. Most of the time, the ideal skill to use is actually Last Stand because that increases the damage, and this is basically a DPS race. You want to DPS the boss as fast as possible to get the highest score possible. So this skill is usually what you would use, especially as your units get better, stronger, and more leveled, and you're able to take this on better. You want to eventually switch to using this so you can maximize your DPS capability as much as possible. However, right now when I do this, I die very, very fast. So I just can't use it, and so just dying too fast. So instead, I'm using this. You can try with other skills as well. Like if you find that you're still dying really, way too much, maybe this is the skill that you should go for. And you have quite a few chances, right? You have at least 9 chances today, 9 chances today is Wednesday. Yeah, 9 chances again on Saturday, and then 9 more chances on Sunday. So you have quite a few chances for trying out different combinations. You can try it with this and see what your score is, and then you can try it with this and see what your score is if you want, I'm gonna do it with this setup right now, and let's go through this, and I'll show you what I'm doing. The boss also sometimes stuns a unit, so hopefully it's not Nox when you need Nox to not be stunned. But this is the setup I'm going to use right now. Okay, I'm going to wait for it to get a little bit close and then start using this. As you can see, Nox is very easily able to wipe out the enemies. Yeah, I need HP. Like you can see, it just like AoE clears everything. So I can just keep switching these back and forth. And okay, so I have enough here that I can do this. I just need to wait for my Irene to, there we go. And now I've broken the boss process core. I'm gonna do this to make sure I have enough. So yeah, I basically keep switching back and forth, and this is basically the strategy. If the enemies happen to get past quickly, I do that and go back. And this is it. Oh, and I can do this too and break their cores as well. Okay, I probably should have waited to use this, but that's okay. I will just get it back. As you can see, this skill is so useful. You can you can use it on whoever you need to, whenever you need to, and get everything back. But you can see, like, I'm basically able to defeat most of these things pretty easily. Let me do this to get a little bit more DPS in there. And then he's dying, so yeah. But this is hopefully this is it's a little bit harder for me to do this at the same time and talk, but I hope you can kind of see the idea that I'm going for. This is basically how, and then once you're done this, you can go and kill off all of these mobs very quickly. And then you're done. So that's it. So I don't know how much I got. I'm a bit slower and a bit distracted as I'm talking, but I hope you got the main idea. You basically put Nox on one side and a tank on the other side, and then you keep switching back and forth to make sure that you can clear all the mobs. By the way, a quick thing that I should note. So when you start, you're going to start on difficulty 1 and then go to difficulty 2 and 3. Regardless of your score in difficulty 1 and 2, you have to make sure that you kill everything. Like, you can't let any of the mobs escape and get to the boss, because if they do, then you have to do it over again. So you have to make sure you kill all the mobs in the first and second level, and beat the boss as well. And once you do that, then you're cleared and you're able to go on to the next level. So make sure you do those, because in the third level your score is a lot higher than the first and second level. So make sure you are make sure you figure out a way to kill off all the mobs and the boss as well, so that you are able to advance. So I hope this kind of tutorial gives you a little bit of idea on how to tackle this boss. I'm sure there are other ways to tackle this boss as well, but this is the way that I found that gives me the highest score. The highest score I was able to get with the similar kind of tactic gave me 218,000 in a perfect run, where I wasn't distracted and I used Bai correctly to not only break the cores of the enemies but also the boss at the same time. Like, if you caught that, I made a mistake there. But yeah, I did it in 1 minute and 8 seconds, and I hope it gives you ideas. One thing to note is I really like this tank. I mean, Demolia only level 45, and she puts in a lot of work. As you can see, like, she didn't die. I did use the skill to the chief skill on her to make sure her what's it called, her cost was up, to make sure that it was up and she was able to use rally often so that she healed herself. But I mean, it took a little bit of time for her to die, right? And also her other passive as well, which is this one, Unity. She heals herself whenever anyone else uses an ultimate as well. So especially if you're using Luvia Ray, which a lot of people seem to use on this level, whenever you switch between her ultimate, that's counts as an ultimate cast. So Demalia automatically heals for 4% of her HP whenever she does that. So shout out to Demalia. It might be a good tank to use in that situation if you want to follow the strategy that I did. But other tanks would work as well. You can use Demon, or you can even use the Zoya Bruiser tank that I talked about before. Although she doesn't really have any built-in healing capabilities, so you have to keep a better and closer eye on her. But yeah, I hope this gives you some ideas on how to tackle this level. If you have other questions or comments, or if you have other strategies that you're using, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time. Take care now.